This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
We have another great picture from Martine today. I think I'll leave it up to her to describe what this picture is about. This is a great one. Martine, tell us, why is this one of your favorite images?
Well, I've had this picture for a long time actually, and it's rates in my top 5, I think, for showing potential life on Mars. I call them the rock nest children, actually. I doubt if they're all children, but and of course we've all wondered whether there's life could possibly exist on Mars now. But I came across this image anyway when James Tracy put it up again last week, and I have to say that Sarah Runcie is also responsible for encouraging him to put it up, because I think he was a little bit wary about showing it. But anyway, I was delighted that he asked me to enhance it, and I know that there are going to be problems. Well, people are going to have problems looking at this, but I'm going to say what I can see, and people that think they're statues, well, they can just go on thinking they're statues or paintings or whatever. Thank you, Nev, for locating it for me as well on the Gigapan, because it was a vast area. I knew that nobody else could find it but you. But one thing that I want to say about this image, which I think is the most amazing thing, is the fact that we're seeing different species here, different life forms, sentient life forms, apparently coexisting in harmony together. First of all, the first one that jumps out is what looks like a little boy with on the right-hand side, leaning against the large rock. He appears to have a lovely page boy hairdo. He's got his legs tucked under him. His left arm comes down. His hand is touching his leg, and you can see his right hand as well. You can sort of see what he's wearing, his clothes. But next to him, you've got this very unusual being that looks almost translucent, ghost-like. And, I mean, some people have said it looks like a female, as it has prominent features. But it's got the sort of bug-eyed look again of the insectoid appearance that we've seen before. I think, Thomas, you've got the image of... in fact, 2 of the images, extra images I've given you, show this kind of being that I've come across in the past. Moving along to the left of that strange white being is another sort of bug-eyed being. I know it sounds awfully derogatory to call them that, but they really do have these very large eyes on the top of their heads. And I think there's like looking down beneath that one, there might be another one beneath it. Mm-hmm. Looks like it's being protected by the one above. And then moving again to the left, I think there's probably another hidden one there somewhere. But there's one that looks like a grey, and he's got his legs tucked up. Can you see on the left-hand side there? Mm-hmm. He's peering around from behind the rock. You can see his, it's like 2 white legs there, sort of bent up. There's something strange down there in the foreground. It almost looks like some strange animal. It looks like an odd-shaped rock anyway. Oh, and on the far left, there's another tiny little being that's sort of looking. All of them, I mean, to everyone that says these statues, you know, I'm going to ask the question, why are they always looking at the camera if they're statues? Yeah. Anyway, the other two images that that I gave to you, Thomas, is just to indicate the similarity of species that are on this wonderful image of James Tracy's. And you can see that they have this insectoid appearance. The one of the single figure that is quite coloured, actually. Surprisingly, I hadn't applied any colour to that at all, but the colours are there. You can see the segmented body, and again, the figure is looking at the camera. And then at the bottom, you've got the third image that I'm comparing with, and it looks like a family almost. At first I thought they looked like meerkats, and but then again the head is different. You've got the bug-eyed appearance again, with a small child in between the two. Can you see? I've separated them actually.
We see it fine, yes.
Yeah, good.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about bug-eyed, now I'm looking at the picture you're presenting here, and if I was an uneducated little Martian sitting on Mars and looking at pictures of a human being on planet Earth with big sunglasses on, and didn't know what that was, would I be saying that he has big eyes? Probably yes. So is it possible there could be some kind of glasses they're wearing, helmets of some kind? It looks like the first one, the little one that's sitting down and touching his leg, has some a helmet on, and not the second white one, but number 3 has also looking like they have some kind of helmet on. And if you look at some of those, not to compare with military, but I have seen them in the military, those helmets where you just take down the glasses. It's not a full helmet, but it's only on top, a little bit like on Star Wars. Here we go again, Star Wars. Where you just take down the glasses and they go to here, and could that be a possibility, you think?
So why would you think that they would wear a helmet? The helmet doesn't cover the whole head, does it? So it's not to protect the mouth from inhaling noxious whatever or getting dust inside them. So why would they wear a helmet?
To be honestly, I don't know. I also sometimes wonder about when I see pictures of people walking in the jungle. They have this jungle helmet on. And I was thinking, like, are they afraid of something hitting them from the trees, or what? Why are they wearing this helmet? It's gotta be hot to walk around in 40 degrees with a helmet on in the jungle, you know. So to be honest, I have no idea why they should be wearing a helmet, but to me it looks like they could be wearing something on their heads.
It's definitely. I must admit, the one on the left that I said, it's other people that have referred to it as looking like a grey. I actually thought it was wearing a helmet when I first saw that one. I have put up a post showing somebody wearing a helmet, but it's a full face one, full head one, and I just assumed that it was something to aid breathing. I mean, you know, I'm sure that there are appliances like this that are being used. But it's lovely, isn't it? It's like a little tableau. I could almost blow that up and have it up on my wall. It's very fairy-like to look at. They look like a little group of fairies or something. But I find it quite enchanting and delightful that they all seem to, as I say, they seem to be coexisting quite happily. Different beings, and it's not the first time I've come across this either.
Great stuff, man.
Thank you.
It's a really great one. Jose, do you want to comment on Martine's picture here?
Oh, I love these. You know, you can tell that they are beings of some kind. You know, that one in the top picture, the one that has the Eskimo-looking being.
Yes.
That one little creature that's kind of yellow colored, whatever.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wicked, man.
You see the little animals as well. There are little animals there. They almost look fawn-like.
There's all sorts, yeah.
Yeah, like
That
little
one
beings.
has that one that's got the big bulges on top of his head. It's got a shoulder like a Hulk, you know. It's a muscular looking creature.
It's true. It's very broad, isn't it? That's the one in the center. Yeah.
And then there's a part of a head with two big eyes behind that, kind of hidden.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stuff, man. Amazing stuff. I love your photos.
Thank you. Well, as I say, James Tracy found this one.
All right.
James, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, man.
It's excellent.
We also love your photos, James. Billy, Casa, what's your thoughts on it?
I told someone that this was the anomaly of the year yesterday from one of your groups. This, to me, the work that you've done on this, Martine, to bring this out, I just hope that I could become this good one day. You know, this is high quality work, attention to detail. You didn't take away too much and you didn't put in too much.
Thank you.
And you really have given us an idea of what we're looking at. And to me, I think there's 6 beings here. I do believe that they are, in my opinion, multiple different species living together. One reason for potentially maybe having headgear or masks could be because different species need a different requirement of gases to breathe. So a human may require a certain percentage of oxygen, but maybe a gray or an insectoid or a Martian will require a different percentage of oxygen versus nitrogen and vice versa. So they could maybe at times, every so many hours or every so often, might need to breathe into some type of receptacle or some type of a ventilated mask. You never know. Yeah, but these things, this is, I mean, they actually see the camera. They see the rover. They are looking over at the rover. They're always looking at the rover. And you start to wonder, you know, they know that the rover's there. They haven't, it's got to be part of some type of a planned event because nobody has gone and taken this rover apart. They haven't used it for scrap metal. They, you know, they haven't taken it apart and used the technology to build a stove for their house. I mean, this rover just keeps going. And they see it. I think that they're alive. I'm just going to come out and say I think they're alive. I don't think that they're you know, remnants of a nuclear explosion that were frozen in time. I just think that they're alive, and I think that they're cohabitating together. The one that's peeking from behind that, to me, it looks like a chair that's been made on the left. And the little rock that you said in the front that you said was a funny-looking rock, it has glyphs on it. If you take a magnifying glass and take a look out on top of it, there's actual letters or writing on it. And there's actually to the right, on the right-hand side of that rock, the last letter is an S.
Wow.
There you have it, another S.
Another S.
Well done, you. Well done for spotting.
Yes, yes. So this is a great one. This is the most amazing shot that I have ever seen. It's shocking to a lot of people. You know, when I put it on Instagram, it got over 100 likes, but normally one like this would have gotten 300 or 400. But because of what's in it, you can tell that people were like, "Oh man, what am I seeing here?" Like people were responding like, you know, there's like 4 or 5 different types of beings in this photo. Like, yeah, I think they're there. I just really believe that this is actually a representation of what's there. And whenever this shot was taken 24 months ago or whatever it was. Yeah. Now the one to the right that you said was a boy. The only thing I think is that to me it looks like a female with a breast hanging out.
Oh, well, the one on the right.
One breast. When I look under the magnifying glass, I can actually see an areolae on the end of that. You know, what appears to maybe be a breast sticking out of the shirt.
I thought it was a collar, like a white collar.
A collar, yeah, maybe, yeah. It could be a decoration at the tip of that. It could be a collar. You know, it's too small to see. But let me tell you, this.
The one in the middle looks like it might have breasts.
Yeah, I know it does. I see it. definitely look feminine. The one in the middle, the glowing one, the chosen one. Definitely, definitely looks like that. But this is mind-blowing stuff. When I started getting into this, never in a million years would I think that I would see an image like this. Never, I've never could conceive seeing this. You're lucky if you can maybe find one thing that looks like it might be something, but to have all of this in one picture that's only the size of, you know, that could small enough to fit on a Facebook post, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing stuff. You have to say to yourself, you know, what is going on here? I mean, they're really, when billionaires are planning on leaving Earth on a one-way trip to go to another planet, I don't think that they're going there to live in spacesuits and compartmented habitats. I really don't. I think that they've already gotten the word and that the provisions are being made, and when they get there, I think they're going to live just like we're living on Earth. I really do. I think that's their Elysium.
Yeah, yeah. But Mars is definitely a sister planet to our own. And I mean, okay, it doesn't have the oceans now, but it's got all the same elements for life.
Yeah.
All the same minerals, chemicals, everything. But when you look at them, they're just looking quite calmly at the camera. There's no fear there. I mean, not with this group. I mean, there was that other group I found a couple of weeks back that I posted, which showed some faces looking up out of that crevice in the ground. And they do look frightened, they do look alarmed, and they're all looking up at the rover. But these, they just sat there looking very relaxed, and, you know, they're not bothered, are they?
No.
Maybe.
Let me say one more thing real quick, Thomas, that I wanted to say. And when you read the ancient Sumerian tablets, according to the ancient Sumerian tablets, you had the Anunnaki on Earth, you had the Igigi on Mars. They worked on Mars even before the human being was genetically modified and created on this planet. Now, the Igigi didn't have any mates, and they were doing a lot of labor on Mars. They call it another name for the planet itself, but they came from there to Earth, and they took some human beings. They took some wives with them, and according to the ancient Sumerian tablets, they took some wives and they took them back to Mars and made them their wives, and they had families, and they, you know, they actually created a civilization there with human beings mixed with this Igigi race. So, the fact that there would be humans on Mars doesn't shock me.
No, it doesn't shock me at all. No. Yeah, the only thing is that they are very small. The beings are very, very small on Mars.
There has been a lot of conspiracy about what's going on Mars, and one of the theories that I've heard was that there should be, and that's just a conspiracy, I cannot confirm it or deny it, but I can talk about it, and that is that NASA or the Americans should have made an agreement with those living beings on Mars that they did not touch the rover if NASA or America or humans stopped bombing Mars or stop planning further nuclear bombs on Mars or participating or planning anything that could lead to death of Martians or damage of Martians cities or whatsoever. So that could be, if that theory conspiracy is true, then that could be one of the reasons why we see so many beings looking straight at the rover but without touching it, because they know it's there and they know they cannot touch it or are not allowed to touch it because they made an agreement. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's worth having a second thought at.
Yes.
I think, Thomas, what you say is interesting, and I think the best way to protect these beings, if they are there, is for NASA to publicly acknowledge that they are there. That is to protect them, because the sooner that we all know they are there, better.
Yeah.
Because I think that whatever plans there are for terraforming the planet,
Neville Thompson,
needs to be acknowledged.
You all know my opinion. The beings, okay? I'm very sorry, but sorry, I've been searching for years and I've never found. If I did find something that looked like a being, I would be the first one to scream my head off about it, you know. But I'm very sorry. But I don't see it. I see the round head. I see the round one. I see the round head on the right-hand side, and I see the round head on the left-hand side, with the eyes peeking from behind the rock. Okay. And now I'm not saying I'm not saying the beings. I'm not. There could be statues or something. I don't know. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I'm not looking at the enhanced image. I always look at the raw image first before. Okay, I see what people have done. Then I think, yeah, and then I'll look at the raw image to see if I can see the same thing. You know. But what I can see is I found something like this the other day on the 1082 pan, the big one that me and you did the video on. We remember when Michael Ivy found the building, the building, and I looked at it and it looked like a truck, a big truck, didn't it? Now I found another little thing. Yes. Further down. It looked like the bottom half of the Apollo lander with the legs. Can you remember that, where the legs were coming down in a V shape? Now if I look at the raw image at the top there, see where the person's head is, the round head with the helmet on. Okay. Now, coming down on the right-hand side and the left-hand side of it, you can see two like poles, the same as the legs on that lander thing that I saw. Okay?
Okay.
It doesn't look like a figure to me. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. But I can see two heads. But you've done a good job at enhancing that. I wouldn't have said that they were live, but all seem to be facing the camera as well, like, don't they? It could be that the row was facing them, not that they're facing the camera. It could be the other way around.
What?
What? Stop laughing at us. But you all know my opinion. I don't believe in live things. Okay.
We want you to express your opinion. That's why you're here. That's also.
Fine. Well, you give us balance. That's good. It's actually good that everybody we have to balance it. It can't be one way.
It's true, because Neville does represent. He represents quite a few people's point of view. A lot of people. I'm not saying it's in Neville's case, but a lot of people seem to be fearful of the fact that there could be life on Mars, existing life on Mars, and I can't quite understand that the psychology behind that, or why they'd rather not. They just dismiss it outright. They won't. It's non-negotiable.
No, I'm not saying.
No, not you.
There hasn't been life, you know what I mean? There has been life, otherwise I wouldn't be looking on Mars for things and finding things.
Sure. Sure.
But the thing is that I'm very weary about there still being life left on Mars. There probably is basic life on Mars, like animals and that, there could be, but I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry, but everybody, it's stupid, everybody agreeing on everything all the time. Somebody's got to have a different opinion.
That's true.
And it's me, okay?
That's you.
We all give our impressions of what we are seeing, and we've said what we see, and you
yes, I know.
an honest impression, your honest impression of it as well. It's
it is. I'm not saying it's not, because I don't know, you know.
Sure.
I don't know, but I'm just saying what I say, and that's it, you know.
That's great.
But
Neville.
but Martine, it's a very good image, okay?
That's great, Neville. Thank you. And that is exactly what it is about. The UFAH. It's different opinions. It's research. It's seeing things from different perspective, and so we're glad to have different opinions. I don't always agree in the little beings theories, but lately I have the must bow down and said yes, I see this and I see that, but still not in all the pictures that I see do I see beings like many other people does, and that's just me, and that's just Nev, and Martine see what she sees, Billy see what he sees, and so does Jose, and that is what makes us a fantastic and great team. That was Martine's great picture. Thank you for sharing that
Great
with
photo.
us, Martine. Yes,
Yes.
great photo.